Hello, welcome to the Godfrey's Training Center. We're going to show you today how to look up an AGBI all by yourself. That will be found in our research section of our website, which is called Scholar Plus. And this is what it looks like when you get there. There are a number of choices over here, and there's also a window where you can put in an ancestor's name and select a category to search. But today we're going to be focusing on the American Genealogical Biographical Index, or the AGBI. So this is what it looks like, and I decided for demonstration that I would look up a woman who was very dear to my heart when I was a little girl. She used to babysit for me while my parents are both at work and my older siblings were already in school. And her name was Carrie Ayers, A-Y-E-R-S. So I'm going to go to the appropriate volume to find the AYs. And I can just start scrolling page by page. And it's usually a little bit of a game to see if you can get just to the right place. So this is going to go from AV all the way to BA. So I'm just going to kind of take a shot at things and see where I end up. And okay, I went a little too far because I've got A-Y-R-E and I need A-Y-E-R. Ayers, there we are. Now we've got to find Carrie. Let's go back a couple and a few more. Okay, and I don't know about you, but my eyes are getting old and tired, so I can increase the size of this. There, that's a little easier to work with. So here are all the people with the last name Ayers, and here are their first names listed. So I want Carrie. Okay. And Ayers was actually her married name. Her maiden name was Crandall. And 1898 sounds about right. She was about my grandparents' age. So what I see here for those bits of information, she lived in Connecticut, and it says here Crandall fam 625. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to have to go back here. This is really helpful and important. The abbreviation key and links. So I'm going to click on that. And I want Crandall. So I'm going to click on the letter C. There's too many entries in all of these to put them all in one alphabet. So we've got them split up here. So I'm going to oh, I'm sorry. I needed to go to C for Crandall. I was thinking her name, but the abbreviation had Crandall in it. And these actually are PDFs that pop up. So if you just get a big white screen and you can't figure out what's going on, it means that it was probably coming here on your download. Okay, and let's find Crandall here. Okay, Crandall fam. And it's coming from a book called Elder John Crandall of Rhode Island and His Descendants. And we're lucky today because we have the click here to view. And actually, if you scroll back through here, you'll see a pretty high percentage of these sources are linked up to places online where you can instantly see them, which is super helpful. So we're going to be opening the book Elder John Crandall of Rhode Island. And while we're waiting for that, let's go back and remind ourselves about page numbers. So there's Carrie 625. Okay, this is coming in on something called the Internet Archive, which is a fabulous resource. And again, I like to zoom in so I can see a couple of times there. And I'm actually cheating a little bit because I've done this before. You can see that I can scroll through here and it's telling me over here what page I'm on. So who's got the better memory than I? We want 625, was it? To carry 625. Okay, so let's pull along and you can see over here the page numbers are toting up there for us. Sometimes it's an exact match, sometimes it isn't, so you have to play a little bit. I went too far there. Okay, 625. What do you know? So here's the 9th generation of Crandalls, and indeed Tolland is the place where I grew up and where Mrs. Ayers took care of me. So let's start looking down here. The members of the family: Harry, Harvey, Rose, Elizabeth, Clayton, Luella. These are great old names. Cora, Ellen, Susan Jane, Herbert Maurice, Lillian, Eunice. Lillian was Mrs. Ayer's sister, Miss Crandall, and she had a pond, which was eventually taken over by the town, but she had a pond and there used to be a cider mill on it, and she would watch the kids as they were swimming in the pond. And then we have Henry, Bradford, and finally here's Carrie. So it turns out she was the youngest of her whole family, born March 10th of 1898. I still remember that March 10th was her birthday. And she married Howard Ayers. He had passed away before I ever met Mrs. Ayers, so I never knew him. And this was the date they got married, and they had no issue, but they had me to do, or Mrs. Ayers had me to take care of. So she was very much like a grandmother. So that is how the AGBI works. I hope you've enjoyed this. You can watch it again. I believe there are buttons down at the bottom you can use to stop and go forwards and backwards if you'd like. So good hunting to you.